This past weekend, Germany had its largest tournament ever, Smash Contest DoKomi 2023. Lots of the best players from all over Europe came to compete. Representatives from countries like Finland, Switzerland, and France all gathered in Deutschland to throw down in Germany's historic tournament. Today, we'll be going over the top 8, their bracket, and how they did. Without further ado, let's get started. Real quick before we start, just want to remind you all that I'm going live right here on the channel at 2 p.m. CST playing Smash. Come tune in, I'd love to see you there. Let's start off with our 7th place finishers, Dryby and Momon. Like all my videos for Europe Smash, I'll spend a little bit of time going over who these players are, since I know that a lot of NA Smash viewers don't hear that much about European Smash and their players. Let's start with Dryby. Dryby is a German Pichu player who notably got 17th at Icarus 2023, a tournament I've covered here on the channel, as well as getting 5th at the last edition of Smash Contest DoKomi 2022. Dryby, as the 11th seed, started off the weekend by making it through pools without dropping a game. It was here, however, right out of pools, that Dryby went up against and lost to Lancelot in a 3-1 set. Lancelot is the best player in Finland, and perhaps the best Chrom in the world, although he has been playing much more Roy lately, which makes sense. Dropping down into losers, Dryby started his run by defeating Paria 3-0, before going on to 3-0 Sick Boy and 3-1 Zebra in order to make it out of top 8 losers side. It was here that Dryby had to go up against Yaka.
Hier alive zu bleiben. Offset-Situation. Wird geangelt.
Und Yaka das Kills!
Und Jaka besiegt Dryby mit 3:1 und bleibt im Bracket alive. Dryby, der letzte NRWler, eliminiert auf dem 7. Platz. Letztes Jahr wurde er, glaube ich, 5.
In the end, Dryby lost to Yaka 3-1, being eliminated at 7th. Now for our other 7th place finisher, Momon. Momon is a French fox main, a character that you don't see that much in Europe now that I'm thinking about it, with a Luigi secondary. Momon's past placements include 9th place at Stunfest 2022, Wanted Predators, and Shonen War No. 1. Momon was the 14th seed coming into DoKomi 2023 and started off the weekend by getting through pools, only dropping 1 game to Bloody Dreamer on the way to top 32. Here, Momon had a very close call, going Game 5 against Stick Boy, who we actually just mentioned, funnily enough. Speaking of people we just talked about, Momon then went up against and lost to Lancelot 3-0 in winners quarterfinals, dropping down into losers. Momon then defeated BJ 3-1 in order to make top 8 losers side. Here, Momon would have to go up against Addy.
Grab, jetzt muss es sitzen. Macht
Die
er
muss
hier.
sitzen und die sieht auch relativ
Die
gut aus,
sitzt nicht! Die sitzt nicht! Und das war's! Und Momon.
Unfortunately for Momon, Addy would take the set in a clean 3-0, Momon being eliminated at 7th. Now we get on to our 5th place finishers, Addy and Yaka, the 2 people who eliminated our 7th place finishers. Let's start with Addy, who we were just talking about. Addy is a German Mr. Game & Watch main, another character who I don't see very much in Europe now that I think about it. Addy is mostly an online player, getting impressive online placements like 13 at the Smash World Tour qualifier, 5th at Coca-Cola Breakpoint 2021, and 2nd at MV Snakes, the finale. In terms of offline results, Addy has gotten 25th at Smash Contest DoKomi 2021 and 17th at both DoKomi 2022 and Arcadia Smash 3. Addy came into DoKomi 2023 as the 16th seed, starting off the weekend by getting through pools, dropping 2 games on the way before making top 32. There, Addy went up against and lost to Quick in a 3-1 loss, dropping down into losers. After defeating Nipin 3-0 to start their losers run, Addy then went up against Tarek. In an insane upset that criminally wasn't streamed, Addy defeated Tarek in a Game 5 set, a crazy upset from the 16th seed against the 3rd. Addy wasn't done with the Game 5s though, as they then went up against Honk, a German Luigi main. Addy defeated Honk in a Game 5, moving into top 8 loser's side. Here, Addy defeated Momon 3-0 like we discussed, before going up in the runback versus Quick.
Explodiert.
Aber Adi hat noch ein Wörtchen mitzureden. Ein Wörtchen hat er noch mitzureden in Form dieses Stocks. Er sieht sich.
Er hat sich erstiet.
Wow.
In the end, Addy would lose to Quick 3-1, being eliminated at 5th. Now we move on to our other 5th place finisher, Yaka. Yaka, which yes, is pronounced Yaka, thank you commenters, is a Switzerland Isabelle main, who I believe is the best Isabelle in the world, and maybe one of, if not the best, player in Switzerland. I've gone over Yaka's good placements before, but the most important ones are 7th at VCA 2021 and 7th at Wanted 2023. Yaka came into the event as the 15th seed, which means that yes, both of our 7th place finishers and both of our 5th place finishers were not seeded to make top 8, although all of our top 4 finishers are top 8 seeds. Yaka started off the weekend by making it through pools, only dropping 1 game to BJ on the way into top 32. It was here though that Yaka went up against and lost to Space 3-0. This means that, yet again, all of our 7th place finishers and both of our 5th place finishers lost their first match out of pools, and all 4 of them proceeded to make losers runs into top 8 anyways. That is pretty insane to think about. Now in losers, Yaka defeated Kichiro 3-1 before having a very close Game 5 set with Deep Freeze. Yaka only had to win 1 more set to make top 8 losers side, a set against Yusuf. Yaka won the set against Yusuf 3-0, moving into top 8, where Yaka defeated Dryby like we discussed. Now Yaka went up in losers quarterfinals against Lancelot.
Krombus. Back throw.
Und Lancelot
Jab,
spielt das gerade super
back
gut
air.
aus und das ist der Kill. Das
Und
war's.
Lancelot zieht.
Unfortunately for Yaka, Lancelot won the set 3-1, eliminating Yaka at 5th. Now we get to our 4th place finisher, Quick, who needs no introduction, so I won't do one, other than mention that Quick is the best player in Germany right now, as well as being one of the 3 best Samuses in the world, their competition being Siski and Yara. Of these 3 candidates, however, Quick is undoubtedly the best in the Samus Ditto, constantly defeating Siski whenever they fight. Quick came into the event as the 1st seed, starting off the weekend by sweeping their pool flawlessly, going up into top 32. Quick is the first player we've covered that didn't lose right out of pools, instead defeating Addy 3-1 and Yusuf 3-0 in winners quarters to make winners side top 8. It was here that Quick went up against Mukuro in winners semifinals.
Fair, Quick vertut sich wieder mit dem Charge-Shot. Seine letzte Chance vermutlich in der Winners Side alive zu bleiben. Der Abtilt
Das war's.
wird sein und Mukuro 3-0.
Unfortunately for Quick, Mukuro would sweep the set in a 3-0, sending Quick down to losers early. After defeating Addy in a 3-1 once again, Quick went up in losers semis against Lancelot, the best player in Finland fighting the best player in Germany. Lancelot would win the set 3-1, eliminating Quick at 4th. Now we get to our 3rd place finisher, Mukuro, who we were just talking about. I talked about Mukuro in my Icarus 2023 video where I introduced them before, but to reiterate, Mukuro is a German Bowser main who has proven to be the best Bowser player in Europe. Their past good placements include 5th at Icarus 2023 and 4th at DoKomi 2022. Mukuro came into the event as the 4th seed, starting off the weekend by getting through pools, only dropping one game on the way. From here, Mukuro defeated Packslash 3-2 and Zebra 3-1 in order to make top 8 winner's side, where Mukuro 3-0'd Quick in winner's semis, like we just discussed. It was here that Mukuro went up against Space in winner's finals, a set that went down to a close Game 5. In the end, Space defeated Mukuro in that crucial Game 5, sending Mukuro down to losers finals, where they had to face Lancelot.
Und passend runter. Okay. Der hat
gefährlich.
vielleicht.
Er
Oh,
hat
die
keinen
war
Double Jump.
Er muss
Kein
aber
Double
gehen.
Jump.
Er geht
Geht
dafür.
weg, ja.
Lancelot geht ins Grand Finals von DoKomi.
Der Three-Stock einfach.
Mukuro lost the set to Lancelot 3-1, being eliminated at 3rd. Now we get to our final 2 finishers, Lancelot and Space. Let's start with Space. Space is a player that most of you are likely familiar with, but just in case you aren't, Space is an Inkling and Aegis co-main, sound familiar, and is the best Inkling in the world right now, in my opinion. Space is considered to be one of the best players in Germany, and came into the event as the 2nd seed, starting off the weekend by flawlessly sweeping pools, before going into top 32, where Space defeated Yaka 3-0 and Honk 3-1. It was here that Space and Lancelot clashed for the first time in this tournament, in winner's semifinals.
Trifft auch 100% auf dem Roy. Wieder nicht die API, die getroffen hat. Absmash wird's
Der
machen.
Ausgleich, der macht's.
Space mit 2 Two-Stocks am Ende. Recht dominant über Lancelot.
3-0.
3-0.
Space would win winner semis 3-0, a sweep. However, even though this was the last time these two would fight in this tournament, it would not be the last, and their second encounter would be anything but a sweep, their second set going down to a nail-biting finish. But that's down the line. Back to the present, Space would win against Mukuro in winners finals in another close Game 5, making it into grand finals winner's side. Lancelot is the best player in Finland, and just like Space, is the best representative of a character, this time being the best Crom player in the world. Although, like I said, you've probably seen that Lancelot has been playing a lot more Roy lately. Lancelot came into the event as the 6th seed, starting off the weekend by sweeping his pool flawlessly, moving into top 32 and defeating both of our 7th place finishers, Dryby 3-1 and Momon 3-0. Lancelot then lost to Space 3-0 in winner's semis, like we just discussed. Dropping down into losers, Lancelot first defeated Yaka 3-1 before going on a small upset streak, defeating both Quick, the 1st seed, 3-1, and Mukuro, the 4th seed, in another 3-1 in order to move on into Grand Finals losers side. It was time for Grand Finals. In winner's side, Space, one of the best representatives from Germany, the country that this tournament was taking place in. This was Germany's tournament, their largest ever, and Space was at the forefront of their country's pride. On the loser's side, we have Lancelot, the only top 4 finisher that wasn't German, instead being the best player in Finland. Lancelot had invaded Germany, slaying many of their best players and tearing through the largest bracket ever. Would Space be able to defend Germany from the invader? Or would Lancelot finish their mission to conquer Deutschland? This set turned out to be a nail-biter. In the end, Space defeated Lancelot 3-2, defending his homeland from the Finnish invader, and becoming your winner of Smash Contest DoKomi 2023. Even though Space is a co-main with their Aegis, Space still used Inkling for a good part of this bracket, being the best Inkling in the world, IMHO. Considering that, this is definitely Inkling's greatest performance in a long time, and perhaps in the history of Ultimate, even with the presence of a co-main. I mean, when you play a character as abandoned as Inkling, you take what you can get, right? That's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please go ahead and leave a like and comment. Today's question is, do you think Inkling can win a major solo? Space uses the character as a co-main, but do you think Space could do it with just Inkling? Let me know down below. Real quick, shout out to my patrons Seth Laster and FireSkull333, and my YouTube members Stormtrooper and Loco Soko and Mattoon. Next week, I'll be covering Battle of Z on Tuesday, and then my surprise tournament on Thursday. Until then, I've been Mr. Mice, and thank you all so much for watching.